Hello friends, this is Dr. Aras from Testenium UK. Testenium provides you a cloud-based automation platform to automate the tasks of software testing, encryption, RPA, and blockchain testing. So in a nutshell, we don't need any tools on your device. We don't need a powerful hardware, or we don't need expert to write the code for automation. So Testenium will enter the data on Excel which is necessary for the automation, and then Testenium will generate the code from scratch and then execute it at scale on the cloud and provides you the reports. So we can save a lot of money using Testenium compared to any other tools in the industry. So when you use recording tools, you can record the user actions and export that to a programming language, but you need powerful hardware as well as all the tools to create your test projects and then execute it, so that you can save some money on the code generation part, but you have to also spend more money on the tools as well as compilers with the hardware. So Testenium runs at a scale on the cloud, so that you don't need to have a powerful hardware on your side, as well as you don't need any tools at all. So you can save a lot of money on the tool as well as hardware. Plus, you don't need experts. So experts are expensive. Particularly programmers are very expensive. So we don't need to write the code when we use Testenium. So we'll be able to save a lot of money. So we will guarantee over 50% of savings, or to reduce your expenses to 50% by using Testenium. So I'm going to show you how to log in Hotmail and verify some data using Testenium. So if I'm logging into Testenium, so you can see Testenium provides an options for creating encrypted documents or creating encrypted database applications without writing code, and testing. So if I went into testing, you'll be able to see API testing, behavior-driven development. It works with Selenium as well. We'll be able to create the feature files, and Testenium will generate the code. Database testing, load testing, protractor for AngularJ, Selenium with page object model for UI testing, Vinium for Windows application testing. So we don't have to write the code, it will generate the code for everything. And white box testing for the code coverage or code review, and security testing to check the vulnerabilities of the applications, and TDD, where it allows you to create integration testing or put test cases into test suites and test it, and blockchain application testing, where it generates the code for smart contract testing and test it on testnet. So in today's session, I'm going to show you how to use Selenium. Before that, I will show you the other features available: database, online, collaborative working environment, RPA, robotics process automation. In fact, this particular module, we developed it because of Microsoft wanted us to show a POC demo. We successfully shown them. And mobile app test automation, code creation. So I'll go back to testing and choose Selenium test automation, which provides you two options. We can upload the element details in Excel file, or we can enter them on the page object builder in Testenium. The page object builder means like we'll be able to repeatedly enter elements for any number of pages. So that is that was developed because of Excel has a limitation of 255 Excel sheets. So we need one sheet for one page. So but in Testenium, if you use page object builder, we'll be able to run any test automation for large applications. Even the application can have more than 255 pages, because here you can create unlimited number of pages with unlimited number of elements. So it allows you to test any larger enterprise applications as well. I'll go back to Excel in Selenium. So if I choose Excel, we'll be able to provide element details in Excel. For hotmail.com login, I have prepared this Excel file. So simply we can inspect the element and put the element details on the Excel. I will show you the Hotmail page. So in the Hotmail first page, there's a sign in button. So we have to find the locate on the element. So if you right click on the sign in and inspect, you'll be able to see a sign in link here. You can see sign in link text, but we can also find the XPath by right click on this highlighted blue line and copy the XPath, and you can then paste it in the Excel. So that's the XPath that I have copied earlier. So if you click that sign in, then you see there's a text box in order to enter your username. So if you right click on the text box, you'll be able to inspect the element details. So that has an ID I0116. Like that, every item, the button and the next page also will have a password text box and a sign in button. So the button here, the next button has the element ID, which is IDSI button 9. So ID is IDSI button 9. So like that, you'll be able to inspect the elements of the next page as well. So that is what I have prepared and put it onto Excel file here. So the Excel file consists of 4 columns. So in the first column, you provide the locator. So in, for example, the one we inspected before, the sign in button on the first page of Hotmail has an element like this, that is XPath element. Then we provide the function, which is click. So the locator column and the function column are not case sensitive, but the column element is case sensitive. And we can provide the data, whatever the data relevant for your testing. So now we can provide every element's details, like the I0116 is the ID of the username box, and where we put a type command simply without any case, like a very highly syntax commands. In programming, you have to use send keys. So send keys is not a user-friendly keyword for the layman users. So here we choose very, very layman keyword like type, sleep, click, select, mouse over, double click, etc. Very simple. So you can provide whatever the keyword that you know. So it is very simple. It will pick up the keyword and create the code based on that. So like that, on the column A, you can see ID, as well as you can use name, class name, link text, etc. So in order to verify the data, so we can use the title as the locator or element. Doesn't matter whether you put here or here. Also, you can use page to verify the data that is available on the page or title. So when you write programming, you have to use like driver.findElement and also driver.getPage. So something like that is very highly syntax keywords. But in Testenium, when you prepare the Excel files, it's very simple. You can also record your user actions using some recorders like Selenium IDE or Catalan or similar recording tools available in the industry. But when you use recording tools, you have to spend more time in preparing your projects. And also you need to have all the tools and compilers installed on your device. And compared to that, in Testenium, you don't need any tools at all. Even you don't need a computer. You can just log in from any handheld devices and enter the data rather than uploading Excel file. So the entering the data means, like I shown you a page object builder earlier. So in the page object builder screen, you can just enter these data repeatedly for any number of pages. And here in Excel, you have a limitation of 255 Excel sheets, so that you can only go up to 255 pages in your application. So that is why we created the page object builder in Testenium. So it is very flexible, and you can save a lots of money. So in using recording tools, you have to spend more money on tools as well as preparing the projects on your devices. So in Testenium, the projects are created automatically, like, adding libraries, dependencies they're all automatic, so that you can save a lots of money. And we don't need programmers. So when it comes to comparison of testing in Testenium and in the industry, even if you use recording tools, you need to have a programmer who understand how to create projects in either Visual Studio or Eclipse or similar kind of IDE. So without knowing how to go through all the steps, you won't be able to create projects. And also on top, you have to add dependencies, and you have to know which dependencies to download, like jar files or DLL files. So something like that. It is very, very difficult. But in Testenium, it's all very easy. So I have almost 37 years of experience. I have gone through a lot of testing methodologies and testing tools in the past. I have identified a lot of drawbacks. So basically, I have fulfilled their the requirements for the drawbacks available, or I fulfill the gap in the market to make the life easier for the programmers or end users to make or save money for the companies. So that's the whole purpose of creating this particular platform. So now we will be able to use this particular Excel file to test Hotmail.com login. So now if I click the new page, you'll be able to see very simple, nice interface to provide the necessary data. It's very, very minimum information that you have to provide in Testenium. So just provide the Hotmail.com URL, and you can change the appropriate title and description. But that is not very important. But in order to identify your projects, better to give them. So we can say Hotmail and then logging in or something like that. Hotmail login. So we provide the URL with the appropriate title and the description, and simply you choose the options available rather than filling with or struggling with creating the projects on your machine if you are using recording tool or writing the code. So simplest that. So you simply click the radio buttons to choose any options, like a language option, Selenium, WebDriver or remote WebDriver, because Testenium support grid architecture, and grid environment is running on the cloud, so that you can choose whichever option that you want to. And then also Testenium provides you online database, so you don't need to go for third-party databases at all. So you can choose the existing features. Now we'll be able to upload an Excel file, which we already seen that. So hotmail.xls. Then you can also upload any number of files that you want to use along with your code generated by Testenium. I'm not uploading any file at this particular stage. I am uploading only the Excel file which we seen earlier with the right URL. And we'll simply click the code generation button, like generate code button. So when you click that, the code is generated by Testenium. Now you can see the complete source code, and 100% accurate source code has been created for the home page and logins and everything. So it is based on a page object model. You can see that. So finally, the test code has been created where it uses the pages created or written by Testenium already. So we don't need to write any piece of code at all. So it automatically generates the code and implement all the methods. We don't have to write any methods, and then we simply can execute. Also, Testenium provides you an editor where you can edit your code, copy and paste, and create new projects and save it in Testenium, so that you don't need to go for any third-party repositories like GitHub and so on. So we don't need GitHub. We don't need to go for any DevOps tools at all. So everything is in one platform. It is A to Z and very handy. And we can add any further framework if we want to. You can see it is bringing the connection string automatically to connect to my database. If you log in, it will bring you your username, password as well. And then you can simply click the save class button. It will compile and save it so that we can integrate the class modules or methods that you have written in that here. But in this particular test, I'm not going to do that because it's a simple test case. We don't need any third party or written frameworks at all. So I'm clicking the execute test button to execute the test at scale in cloud. So doesn't matter how big your project is. It can have unlimited number of classes and methods to execute in cloud at scale. So I'm clicking the execute test button. Now the test started. It's running in the cloud, as well as it is going to show you what is happening in the cloud server on your screen. So this is your screen or my screen I'm showing you now. So at the moment, the same screen is launching in the cloud as well. And also it's going to show you any error occur during the execution. Can you see now an error message occurred because I provided a wrong password, so it did not verify successfully on the Hotmail last page. And now it nicely created a report with 100% executed, and then time taken like 15 seconds and 422 milliseconds taken to test that particular test project. And it created a video. You can just download the video and play the video of the execution as well. If I double click that, it's going to play the video. So it is very, very handy. So we don't have to write the code for executing the video or recording the video. It does it automatically, so we can play that and see. And also it provided statistics of how many lines executed. 10 lines executed out of 10. I have verified only one, so that verification failed. You can see one. I have given only one assertions that failed, and also the verified task is only one. So you can say, okay, if you provided a number of verification lines, so out of that, it will tell you how many fail and how many pass as well. So then it shows you, a screenshot. You can enlarge and see, you can see it typed the ABC at hotmail.com, and then type the password and so on. So we can see them. And here it shows the error message. So expected message, like we have verified ABC at hotmail.com at the last page. So in the last page, it did not find ABC at hotmail.com because we provided the wrong password, so it could not log in. So because of that, it gave this error. So like that, if any error message occurs, it will show the error message instantly. It will also send you a SMS message on your mobile phone. Wherever you are, you will be able to see at what time the error occur in the server. So you don't have to wait in the screen or on the machine, or you don't have to wait to see the error messages. You'll be able to see instantly. These are very amazing features in Testenium. So you won't see these kind of features in any other tools at all. So it's all fantastic features. And also it prepared a PDF report with all the information that we already seen, exactly same. So you can then send these reports to the developers for corrections. So that's very simple and it's very innovative. So if I go back to the project screen, you'll be able to see the history of that execution as well. So if I click this, you can see this is the last project that I executed. You can go and edit the code and rerun the code. And when you rerun, it will create a second version. For example, you can see previously I have rerun the project 6476. So you can see it created a second version. You can go and see the reports and delete or edit or whatever. So you can also see there's a AMPT, accelerated massive parallel testing, which I invented in Testenium. So which enable you to run any number of test projects in parallel at scale on cloud. We can also run all of the projects by simply clicking the button without ticking any text boxes. So that will start running all my 770 projects in parallel at scale in cloud. So something like that. So that is how we create a project in Testenium and execute and get the report without having any tool on your device, without having a heavy device, and also without having programmers. So in fact, we save time on hardware, software, and liveware. So this is the only tool that allows you to do that way, and we can make a lot of savings. We guarantee more than 50%, but you can simply get over 70% of the savings compared to other tools. So thank you for watching this video. If you need any help, you can email me on at ceo@testenium.com. Thank you for watching this. Thank you.